Two, one. Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber podcast. I am your host, Two Beats to Kill You. Yes, this is episode 30. Back to our
Boo.
back to our regularly scheduled recording time. I was trying to think of something to say because you booing, but I sometimes I have no words for just some of the shit you do, Devin. As you can tell, Devin is joining me this week. No, not gonna say
Yep,
boo this time.
me and the 4-0 minute. Me and the 4-0 Minnesota Vikings.
Oh my god. Also joining this week, JJ.
Hey, what's up?
Do you have a football team that's
Yo,
4
yo,
0?
yo. Nope.
Wait, how many 4 0s are
Unless he's a
left?
Chiefs fan.
How many undefeateds are left?
Uh, well, now it's Seahawks, but they play tomorrow, so they might end up losing. And then it's just Chiefs and the Vikings are only 4-0 teams. The Seahawks are 3-0. So that's it.
So it's only 3 teams that are undefeated right now.
Yes, but like
That's
I said, we still need to wait till
tomorrow. Who do the Seahawks play?
tomorrow. The Lions. So it'll be a tough game.
They should be 4 0. I believe in them. I will see. Yeah, Detroit's still. I mean, they found something last year. They're still good. They're still good. So
Not as good as the Vikings.
I mean, basically right now, as of week 4, there's the not just because I'm not saying that just because of their records, but just in general, the 2 top teams are Kansas City and Minnesota. Honestly, I would say Minnesota's probably the best team in the league because like their
Because we've
defense.
beaten three playoff
Well, no,
teams from last
I'm
year
just
in a
saying is
row.
their defense is really like when you're making Sam Darnold look like a good quarterback. Clearly, they put a good team around like their star players in Jefferson and their quarterback. We'll just say their quarterback. I would not want to call Sam Darnold a fucking star. But yeah.
Sam Darnold's America's quarterback. Don't
Oh
you
my.
disrespect him.
Oh yeah, because he was so good with he was with the Jets, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what America loves? It loves someone who's a phenom that comes out of college and is a phenom. That Sam Darnold was. Everyone was really excited for Sam Darnold to come out of
Yeah,
college,
I
and he
remember.
failed.
I remember
Yeah.
Johnny Football.
No. Yeah. But no, everyone loved hyping him up. But you know what they love when someone's that good? They love when they fail.
They
You know
love to
what?
watch him fall.
Exactly. And you know what they love more after that? The comeback story. Everyone loves a comeback story. Sam
Honestly,
Darnold is
if
America's
yeah,
quarterback.
if he makes a comeback with this team and like I'm not gonna say he'll do it, but for lack of better words or whatever, he takes them at least to the Super Bowl. Maybe not win it, but
Oh, it's
I mean
full
it'd
on
be
hype
even.
train. Like I might as well just buy my tickets to fucking parade right now.
You already got your Sam Darnold jersey in the mail on the way and shit, expedited.
I don't have a Sam Darnold jersey, but there's a company called Soda Stick, which if they ever want to sponsor, but they wouldn't because it's not like a Viking related channel. But I got a Hey Darnold shirt, which it's like obviously a play on Hey
Oh
Arnold.
my god, hey Darnold,
It's
that is
that'll be
fucking
coming
great.
in the mail soon.
That is fucking great. I like that a lot. Hey Darnold. It works
Yes,
too
sir.
because I mean you remember the character's nickname, right? I
Football.
think it's, yeah, football head. Fuck, that works so well. Damn, you guys get some good like quarterbacks when it comes to like nicknames. Because remember the Pasternaut?
Yeah, and from Soda Stick, I bought like their Pastronaut shirt they did. So that one I regretted because it was like after the 2 games he was like fucking OP, and then
He fell back.
then like
He fell back to
yeah
Earth. The Pasternaut
yeah
fell back to Earth.
yeah. This one is definitely more real, especially because now there's a 4 week sample size compared to the
Two
Pastronaut had
weeks,
like
yeah.
the second half of the one of the games it was meh. It was kind of just like so. This one's definitely real.
For the we usually get what 1-2 viewers on our YouTube page. For the one viewer that's staying, hey, it's called the Gaming Chamber Podcast. Gaming can be anything. could be video games. It could
Madden's
be
a game.
sports games. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know. Oh yeah, yeah. 4 week sample size shows that he's working within the
America's
system and everything.
quarterback.
He's working within the system. Jesus Christ. Ah. Okay, so I think this past week has been kind of a slower week, right? I mean, there's been a couple things, but what? Especially because we talked about the state of play. There's not much else that was going to be as huge. There was the Xbox TGS, which I guess we'll talk about a little bit. I don't really care about that, but yeah. Um, I don't know. Before we get into all the news for the week, JJ, what have you been playing?
Kind of just the same old. Escape from Tarkov, RuneScape, and a little bit of Space Marine too.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
Nothing too special.
nothing. Yeah. Uh,
I'm just
Devin.
counting down the days for Silent Hill 2, man.
Oh man, yeah, I know you've been excited about that for a long time now.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
trash.
Damn,
I'm
don't
afraid it
tell.
is.
Devin, what about you? What have you been playing?
I beat Dead Rising. Like I got like the true ending or whatever. Like so that was cool. So I have like survival mode unlocked, and then I don't know, a nice game that I like to just kind of like mess around with because we don't really like do anything like serious when we do these things. I'm playing because they released Katamari on Game Pass. I'm just rolling around in that.
Oh
Just
shit.
something
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they talked.
to do.
Yeah, they actually said that. Yeah, it was coming out right during TGS, wasn't it? Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
like available now on Game Pass. So yep. So I'm just rolling some mice
Rolling,
up right now
rolling,
into a ball.
rolling. Cool, cool, cool.
Yep.
As for me, um, I played a little bit more Dead Rising 2. Still haven't beat the game because I've just been doing a lot of bullshit in the game. Just I don't know why. I just really like doing that in those games. Um, but the other major game that I've been playing is The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, which just came out last Thursday, well
Oh
Wednesday night,
yeah, I
Thursday.
played that too a little bit.
I did see that. I saw that. Like it, has my like little friends list or whatever thing. That says like what games you guys play, and it did say that just started or something like that.
Yeah,
How far have you gotten to? I've beaten the first dungeon.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
So, quick thoughts then for you.
Like I really haven't got that far. It's interesting. I'm still like I feel like the controls could have been better, but I think once I get used to how they have it laid out, I think it'll be better.
Mhm.
But I like
Uh,
it. I'm like I like it. It's good.
so if this game continues in how much I'm enjoying it, this is my game of the year. And it's probably a little biased because I'm just a huge Legend of Zelda fan, but I like I like that it's a puzzle game. It's just straight up a puzzle game. After don't get me wrong, I love Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. They're fucking 10 out of 10s for me. Tears of the Kingdom was my game of the year and everything. Same thing for Breath of the Wild when I played. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like one of the greatest games of all time. But they're more combat heavy. I mean, obviously there's a lot of puzzle stuff because of the shrines in those games, but that's not a focus. You can literally like do a bare minimum of the shrines, basically. Or fuck, you don't even have to. If you want to, you could just go straight to the ending and see if you could fucking fight that way or whatever. It's actually one of the beautiful things of those games. But Echoes of Wisdom, I really like that it is just a straight up puzzle game. There is some combat. It's not really there. And if you find like this one creature, it's called a pea hat, like pretty early on. That thing just kind of just shreds enemies. Like you summon that out because the mechanics are like when you beat a monster, you can learn its echo, so you can summon it Same thing with like different objects in the environment. But yeah, if you get that P hat, that thing just like spins around and just annihilates. Like the first boss of the dungeon, I dominated him pretty much. The one there is like a mid boss fight. I think it was in that dungeon. Yeah, it was in that dungeon. Um, that I did have trouble with, but not because like he was hard per se. It was just like what he kept doing was I couldn't kill him with the P hat and the other echoes that I was trying to use on him. He just kept like stopping them before they could damage him. So it was just like it just kind of became a war of attrition. Um, but yeah, I'm liking the game. I'm liking the game. Like just loving the game actually. I do want to play more of it. Obviously, beat it, everything before I make my final verdict on it and all that. But I mean, it's a 2D Zelda game, and you get to play as Zelda, and yeah, there's not much else to say to that. It's just the main thing is that it is more puzzle focused, especially because, like I said, there's no real combat. It's just summoning things to fight for you, or objects that'll to get around and everything. So yeah, but that's what I've been playing. Anything before we move
You said
on?
that came out like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Came out Thursday. That was the official release day.
Oh, Thursday.
That's one thing I like about Nintendo. They release their stuff like later in the week, so it's like weekends.
Yeah, they usually do release
Never,
them like Thursdays or
I never
Fridays.
understood the Tuesday release. Like, I was like,
Wasn't
but
there? I swear we talked about this years ago, and we like looked it up, didn't we? There was like a reason for it, but like you were
I think
talking
it
about
like
that.
aligned with like the charts or something. Like, I think,
Yeah, it's like the sales shit, right, or
yeah,
something.
like
But
that's when the sales chart week starts or some shit like that.
yeah, I do remember us talking about that because it was like weird, like why release on a Tuesday? Because it's not just video games, like movies release on Tuesdays too, like digital
Yeah, back in the
releases and
day.
stuff.
Yeah, back in the day, like CDs were like Tuesday too.
Yeah, like everything releases on Tuesday. So whatever. Yeah. Anyways, you guys have anything you want to bring up before we get into the news of the week, or
Nope.
because I
No,
know
not
yeah
really. Well,
sometimes I know
except like, was it gonna be? I was just gonna say like it's Nintendo's 64's 28th birthday.
today or just this week.
Yeah, yeah, for the
Oh
U.S. It
shit!
got released 28 years ago in the U.S.
Jesus Christ, 28 years. Oh my God. Sometimes I'm just in awe of how old I am.
Yeah, what? You were 28 when the N64 came out, right?
I was 10. Fuck you. Oh my God.
So you
All
probably
right.
remember it. I don't remember the N64 launching.
It released in 96, right? No, 90.
Yeah,
Yeah, 96. Holy fuck, you're probably right? Yeah, because you would be what, 5 years
I
old or
was
something?
5, so like I don't remember seeing that commercials for that or whatever. You know.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember the marketing for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, you probably were going to Toys R Us and shit, and just like,
No, my family didn't. We didn't go into Toys R Us a lot.
oof, that sucks.
No, because like, dude. All
That
right,
was a
look.
that was a core
Okay,
experience growing
look,
up, man.
man.
You go to Toys R
How
Us,
look?
yeah,
How
clench
many?
your neck
How
up
many? It
to
was just you. Hey, hold on. It was just you and your brother, right? You don't have any other siblings. It's just you and your brother, right?
yeah. So
Okay. And you're white, meaning you already have more money than most people. So you guys could do that. Me, growing up in California as a Latino family, 5 kids, yeah, we did not have the money to do a lot of quote unquote luxurious things, unfortunately.
you could
I
just go to
think a
Toys
lot
R
of
Us.
people having
You could just go to Toys R
like
Us and not buy anything.
You can't
Like, I went to
take.
Toys R Us.
Come on, bro. You cannot take a kid to Toys R Us and be like, look, it's great, right? You can't have anything, but it's awesome here, isn't it? Come on, bro. Come on.
Well, you guys have 5 kids. Like your parents have 5 kids, so I don't know.
Well, I feel sorry for you. Then you missed out on a core experience, man. You'd go hang onto the controllers and you'd crink your neck up just to play on those fucking demo things, which made no sense.
Look,
Have the
I'm gonna tell you
demo
right now.
screens
Look,
8
I'm gonna tell
miles
you right
above.
now. I did go to like Toys R Us
Well,
on my
he went to
own.
Walmart.
I went on
He went to
my
Walmart.
own. There's nothing special about Toys R Us.
Okay.
There's a
Okay,
reason
Okay,
that they're
boomer.
not around anymore.
Yeah, because
They actually are
Amazon
around,
undercut them.
actually.
Yeah, they're in Macy's now.
Yeah.
At my job, there used to be a Toys R Us basically across the street. I think it's turning into a Dollar Tree now or something. It's been
The Toys R Us
like
that was by the mall here in Beaverton turned into a Tesla station, a dealership.
I know you guys don't
Yeah.
remember
So
this. There used to be this big electronics store called Circuit City. They were good. They were
I
cool.
remember Circuit City.
my mom worked at Circuit City.
Oh
I
really?
know Circuit City.
Huh.
Yep.
Ah, rest in peace.
Next,
To...
next,
Come on,
ne-
next bullshit you want to come up with. Come on, we're ready. Me and Devin ready.
yeah. You'll be like next there. Like, this is a place called Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. Cool, that were pretty cool too.
How about this? How about this? How about this,
Yo,
Devin?
fuck, what was it
Radio
called?
Shack.
Radio
Radio
Shack.
Shack.
Radio Shack. Remember Radio Shack? Amazon killed everything. Amazon killed everything. All right, let's go ahead and move into this news stuff. All right,
Nude
first thing,
stuff. We're talking about nudes
nude.
now.
We're gonna talk
Hell
about
yeah.
nudes. We're gonna talk about nudes, naked bitches and naked dicks.
No, I just want to talk about your nudes.
My naked dick.
Yes.
We're gonna
God,
touch you, bro.
like we're gonna touch your naked dick. No, I can't. I cannot do Beavis and Butthead. All right,
You just
we're
look
getting.
like him.
I just look. I look like. I look like Beavis. I look like Beavis more than Butthead. I need the braces if I want to look like Butthead. I'm surprised you never had braces, Devin. You're white. White people always have braces.
No, I had perfect teeth and never needed braces.
Oh, because you're white, you were able to get the best dentist. Duh. I should
No, my brother had to get teeth or fucking
braces.
braces because his teeth were all jacked up.
What a
I just
fucking
had
loser.
perfect teeth.
No.
I just had perfect teeth. Just everything about me just
Damn.
perfect.
And everything about your brother's the opposite.
Exactly.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, God found out his mistakes in the first kid, so they made sure the second was the goat.
He
Yeah.
worked out all the kinks in the yeah. Oh, for context, anyone listening, he's the younger brother. So yeah, God worked out all the kinks in the first one, and then like, oh,
Yeah.
here we go. This is what I'm supposed to do for the
Mhm.
Herrickstad
I need to pay attention to
boys.
this one.
All right, all right. Let's get into it then. Do you guys remember the day before? The video game the day
Yeah.
before.
Yes.
The day before, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened yesterday?
Like what happened? So
What
oh, this is great.
happened?
What happened? So their developer, Fntastic. Well, for context, the day before video game launch. Oh
Top
my god!
tier.
You know what? Would you even want to call it a launch? More like a.
Yeah, I mean they released it.
In
But that's
beta.
more like a crash and
But
burn, right? An
Yeah.
explosion. I wouldn't say a launch. I would say an explosion.
How about an explosive diarrhea release?
Yeah, we'll go with that. It was a disaster. Just for you can use any word you want to fucking use. Disaster of epic proportions. I will go with that. The launch of the game. Launched buggy assets that looked like they took from just the basic because it was Unreal Engine, right? That they just took from like, oh yeah, here, just use these basic assets. Like they didn't really do their own shit. And then it was gone. The game was gone. I don't remember. Did they give back the money?
No,
I
I
thought
think
they did.
I thought Steam just gave refunds. I don't know.
Maybe it
Did
was
they
just
give it
Steam.
back?
Yeah, I'm not remembering. Well, after that, the studio closed.
Yeah, and
Well,
then later on they made a new company, right? A new
no,
studio or some shit.
no, they are back. Fantastic, Fntastic. It's spelled Fntastic. Fantastic. We'll just call them that. Fantastic Studios. They're back. Like they're just straight up back. Not only are they back, but they're asking for some money. They're launching a Kickstarter. Um,
Hell yeah, brother. Where do we donate?
basically, this is just to bring. This isn't to start a video game. I mean, eventually, it looks like obviously they will start a video game, but the Kickstarter is literally to fund the studio to come back. Like, I guess to pay people to work there. Um, and man, I don't even know. If you go to their website, they have like a plan. I'm not gonna go through the plan because what for? Like, like they have a plan. We got a plan. I have a plan. What's
I
his
have the
name? Right?
concepts of a plan.
I have the concept of a plan. Yeah, there we go. They have the concept of a plan. I. This is just great, man. That they are wanting to come back because after everything that happened with their game, you think that that would have been it. It's just gone. But no. Somehow they are somehow fantastic return. Yeah, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on this? This just absolute comedy.
Grifters are gonna grift. They're just trying to grift some more money. Like that's all they're trying to do. Just mm, grift every last little dollar they can to people. I
So
don't know who at this point would donate any money to these fucking
actually,
fools.
if you guys want to hear something funny, their tweet that they put out saying that they want their Kickstarter, it got community noted saying, "Hey, this is a potential scam." So that's great.
Seems
Yeah,
alright.
it's oh
Because it
man.
is.
I mean,
Yeah,
look,
looking on the first.
I mean, it'd be
yeah,
like the fucking fire fucking fest guy, whatever the fuck his
Hey,
name is.
he's making a second one. He's
I
making a
know
second
he
one.
is. I know
Being
because
funded.
he was on Tosh's podcast and like he was talking about how like, but it's just like, but if he would, it's like, but if he was trying to do it like, let's say, because that was what earlier this year, the day before tried to release, or was it like
that was
It was the
earlier
beginning of the year.
this year. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so within a year, if the Firefest guy tried to do that within a year, people would be like, dude, go fuck
Go fuck
yourself. But
yourself. Yeah.
like
Well,
no,
he
we're not
could
gonna
have,
give
but he
you
went to
money.
jail though.
Yeah,
Like,
I, I mean, but yeah, but I'm just saying, let's say he didn't go to jail, and it's like you try to do a Firefest 2 within a year, they'd be like, no, the first one was a scam. Like, why the fuck would we trust you the first time?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand
Like
why.
anybody who donates money to that is either just like instead of lighting their money on fire, they just felt like donating to someone else.
So I mean, a fool and his money are soon separated, right? Like they're trying to get
Something
as
like
many
that.
fools as they can.
Oh.
I don't know, JJ. What about you? Like, what are your like full on thoughts?
It's retarded.
Yeah, no, it is.
Like,
It's
like, like, I can't believe they're trying to ask for money again. If people give them money, you know what? They deserve to get scammed. As simple as that, dog.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's yeah, it's
And
yeah.
meanwhile, Everett's just like, and so you guys don't think I should have given him $50 earlier today?
I'm not. donating to their Kickstarter at all, obviously. But I'm just, it's just hilarious. Cause I'm trying to think. I think that's what it is. You, you're like, earlier you said like if it happened, with the Firefest, if it had just been less than a year, yeah, people would be like saying, "Go fuck yourself" to that guy or whatever. And it's the same thing here. Like it just happened earlier this year. It's fresh in people's minds that you released this game, quote unquote, released this game, and it was just like anything bad that could happen, basically happened. Server issues, bugs, game not that good or whatever it was. Fucking game done is gone. Studio closure. Yeah,
You could even classify it as a fucking game.
yeah, exactly. It just it was yeah. I don't. It, it's way too soon for them to try and make a comeback. They probably should have waited a couple of years and maybe not come back as the same with the same name. Fantastic. Should probably just been like should have just been like someone maybe some of the people of the company, even maybe the main person or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just like yeah, we used to be fantastic. We fucked up. We're gonna do better. Here's our new studio. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next thing. This one close to home. Obviously, I live in California, so California just signed. Well, the governor Gavin Newsom, he just signed a bill into law that's gonna make storefronts. Well, the wording is, I guess, forced storefronts or whatever, to admit that you don't actually own your digital purchases. Movies, TV shows, music, I guess, too. Maybe I don't know. Do they even still sell music like that? I don't know. And specifically games
Digitally,
on
yeah.
like yeah. So digital purchases here in California now, basically, yeah, the storefronts are gonna have to say like, yeah, you don't actually own the stuff. You're just licensing it. Um, and I just want to say this is like hilarious to me. And of course, California started it. Like one of the fucking. I live in California, and it's kind of funny if you actually go to most of California. If you take like the LA area out, it's kind of a red state. Maybe San Diego, but a lot of it's like a red. Oh, San Francisco. I forget San Francisco's got a lot of them too. Uh, Left leaning people and all that. But a lot of it is more Republican. But because LA controls so much of California, things like this is just like uh, before I could, I guess, get into it or whatever. I don't. What are your guys' thoughts on like just quick thoughts on hearing? Yeah, like oh now California's telling storefronts. Oh no, you're just licensing this stuff.
I mean, it's true. I mean, so like, I don't know why it's like a bad thing in your mind because it's true. That's why like games get delisted and then like you're just fucked.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just they're making them label these things as like how it actually is. It's not a bad. That's just the way it is.
So no, okay, it's not that it's a bad thing per se. I think it's hilarious and stupid in that like California is so like to be the first, at least as far as I know, that they're the first state to do this. We're so soft that we have to like have this spelled out for us. That's what I mean. Like no shit. That's what I mean. Like no shit. We're just licensing. We don't actually own a digital. Anyone who seriously thinks or like like wants to think that like oh no once you buy it that's it you own it like no if they take it off, that's it. It's gone. You're paying money for it, yeah, for sure, to use it and watch it and listen to it, whatever it is. But that don't mean that you get to keep it.
There's just a lot of people that don't know that. I mean, and I don't really. I mean, like, I don't really fault people because there's a lot of people that don't know that. I mean, we live in a society that's pretty stupid. So, and all I have to do is what add an extra little label to it. Like, I don't know, just helping
I,
out the people that just don't know.
so the stupids.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. That's I'm just saying. Like that's why I think it's just like it is dumb that like we have to have this. I understand like even for legal purposes too, because you do have those people who. I mean, maybe that's
That's
why
why I
too.
like on the well, like it's just like covering, and it's like it's helpful for corporations for the like so they don't get sued. It's like probably the same reason why they put like, oh, like this toy is not intended for small kids, like they might choke on it. It's like, yeah, we know that most people know that this toy is not for children because they're gonna choke on it. But guess what? Like these corporations, it's also probably mainly to help out corporations because that way they don't get sued later. Like, oh, why'd you take this game down? Well, we don't own the license anymore. Like that's why the game got taken down. Like. So it's probably even better for corporations that they do require this now because now you can't sue. You can't be like, oh, I didn't know that I didn't own it. It's like, well, it's there. It's not our fault you didn't read.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Always catering to the lowest common denominator with laws and shit. The people who definitely have to have everything spelled out. It's always funny to me.
well, it's like people had to get told McDonald's isn't good to eat. Like, and they had to put like fucking nutritional information on at McDonald's. Like, everyone knew McDonald's wasn't good to eat. But guess what? People could sue because there wasn't nutritional information for McDonald's. But guess what? Now there
Or
is.
like that woman
So
who
I think this.
sued because she burned herself with hot coffee. Like, oh shit, hot. They didn't tell you was that the coffee was hot and could burn you. I didn't know that hot coffee could burn you. Holy shit.
But I think with that lawsuit, the coffee that was being made was actually like 75 degrees hotter than it normally should have been. So
Okay, if that was the case, then I guess. But
yeah, that was the case. Yeah, like obviously hot coffee, you're gonna get spilled hot coffee was normal fine. You can't. You're like, oh fuck, that's hot, obviously. But if there's just shit to like the point like it burns your skin off, yeah, it's like not right. But anyway, go ahead.
no, I don't know. I'm just laughing
That
at
was my
this.
actually moment. So
I'm just laughing. Like I said, I'm just laughing at this because it to me it is like one of those things where it's just like
Yeah, the more I think about it, I think it's more of a corporation
it
CYA
probably
thing
is. Yeah,
than helping out consumers. Because now,
yeah, that makes sense too.
because like let's say fucking Concord, like let's say a year from now, like if Concord had released or whatever, but then a year from now it goes down, they could just like, yeah, like we told you, like you didn't own this. Duh, we told you. I don't know why you're surprised.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
And they can just
Yeah. All right. Let's just go ahead and move to the next thing. That was something I did want to bring in because I do live in California, so I do buy a lot of digital too, and I understand like hell actually like I don't buy digital music anymore, but like I subscribe to YouTube Music. A bunch of songs from like Alice in Chains in general. It's just not on there anymore. I don't know what happened. I guess they're having issues with the rights or something. Let's see. Oh yes. Let's. We talked about this a little bit before we podcast started. Doctor Disrespect. Oh, He's really trying to come back. So he started streaming what 2 3 weeks ago or whatever. Um, he's been trying. Coming back after his, we'll say hiatus. Uh, yeah, oh, I guess context order. Doctor Disrespect texted with a minor. Got leaked. I guess right. the news about it leaked, or the reasoning for him being banned from Twitch was that, I don't know, it was a whole thing, and the studio that he was a part of, the Midnight Society, they booted him. He was obviously demonetized on YouTube. This is important, those two things. But yeah, he was just basically kicked out off of most stuff. But yeah, he's been back. Was he? Is he streaming on Kick, or is it YouTube?
To be
I think
honest, I
it's.
don't know. I thought it would have been Kick.
I thought it was YouTube because he's trying to get like monetized. So I thought it was. I mean, it could be
Oh.
Kick, but
You know what? Actually, I think it is YouTube, because it's specifically with YouTube. There's, so yeah, okay. The main thing of this story, he reapplied for monetization with YouTube. Not only that, but he's trying to get back into the studio that he was a part of. I think the reason he's what's the word, like, he's got the stones to like reapply and all this stuff. I mean, he's obviously got a big ass ego. But if you look like his YouTube videos, I don't know if it's his live streams or just maybe uploads of his streams, but they're getting like thousands, like in the 500,000s of views and everything. So I think he's like, hey, look, yeah, people still want to watch me. Give me my money, basically. Now, obviously, is YouTube going to do it? Probably not. I mean, doesn't make sense for them to do it, I guess. Or maybe it does make sense because of, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, if he's gonna keep doing it essentially for free, I mean, they don't really have to. But I mean, eventually he'll probably switch over to Kick if he's not getting money. He would probably switch over. I mean, it'd be dumb to just infinitely just like not be monetized.
But like I'm saying, it's just that YouTube, with all the controversy that came about, and maybe not even just controversy, because it'd be one thing if it was like, oh, he said a slur or something. We've seen that kind of shit. But like, he he broke the law. You're not supposed to, or not, maybe not broke the law, but like possibility of breaking the law or whatever it is. You're not supposed to be doing what he was doing. You're not supposed to be, whether he wants to say, oh, nothing happened. It wasn't inappropriate or anything. Like, come on, we all know. It's like O.J. Simpson. Yeah, he may have been officially innocent, but we all know he did it or whatever. Well, I don't know,
Well,
maybe
it's
not
like,
officially
yeah,
innocent.
even bare minimum, like we've said this before, even if he's like, I wasn't going to do anything until she was like 18, it's like, okay, so bare minimum, you were trying to cheat on your wife. So it's like bare minimum. That's what was happening.
Yeah, like regardless, he was still like, he's just doing stuff. He's not supposed to be. But like, if he's potentially like he's trying to bang someone underage. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. It's felony. So like that's why I'm just like, I just don't see YouTube saying like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, we'll go ahead and start giving you money.
Yeah, let's monetize you, and while we're at that, we'll monetize Diddy's songs again too.
Oh shit! I watched a fucking documentary on Diddy on Tubi. It was for like TMZ presents the downfall of Diddy. I think there's another one they just released too.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! I like, I obviously I paid attention enough. I knew what was going on to a certain extent because I'm on Twitter and obviously everyone's going to talk about it, or social media in general. But Jesus Christ, man!
Once they said they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil, I'm like, guilty. Doesn't matter. Like, you're just guilty. What
Come
do you need?
on. No, as you know, Americans buy in bulk, and at places
I
like
love how
Costco,
Costco was like, we don't sell
sell
baby oil.
baby oil. We're like, we don't do that.
Yeah, so he bought what you bought on Amazon. Like, I know you can go on Amazon and you can buy bulk. Like, I saw this thing. Like, you could buy like literally a truck of like bottled water. You can just buy like a legit truckload, which ends up being cheaper than like Costco bottled water. But that's not the point. But like, so like, what you went to Costco and literally bought like all these bottles of baby oil? Like, Jesus Christ, dude, you're guilty.
You're guilty as fuck, dude. Damn, dude. Yeah, crazy times we're living in right now. Like fucking, rap artists being fucking criminal
Dude, I
lords,
can't
basically.
wait to all like the people that fucking like essentially called out and that stuff. Like who ends up all going down. I can't wait. I like don't care about like obviously like not a political thing, but just like get all these fucking child molesters out of the world. Be sweet.
Dude, we're gonna lose. If that happens, we're gonna lose pretty much all of our politicians. I am for it. Get rid of all the
Hell yeah.
politicians. I think all politicians are fucking guilty of that shit. Maybe not necessarily like children or something, but like, like, oh, she's 16. That's fine. That kind of shit. That's what I think they do.
Matt, you're describing Matt Gates.
I think I'm describing 90% of Hollywood and politicians. I mean, like, so I know you guys don't like know this kind of stuff, but I know a bit about this. But like, you know how like a celebrity will comes out, oh, they cheated on their wife or something like, or a lot of times basketball players or whatever. That's because they went and found like a quote unquote normal person. But in Hollywood or just people, the sports world, just the fame world in general, there's basically just any city you go to, there's women that specifically are like for all the famous people. They're gonna go fuck them, and they know to keep their mouths shut. But sometimes celebrities just kind of go outside of that because they want some strange, I guess. I don't know.
Sounds like everything going on at P Diddy's house is strange.
Ah, well, that's yeah, yeah. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing because yeah, we're or JJ, we didn't get your thoughts on Doctor Disrespect stuff.
Nah, it's just I don't know. Of course, he's gonna try to come back when people keeps watching. There's always gonna be a following for anybody. If it depends on doesn't matter really what they've done. Like fucking EDP, same shit. Literally try to have sex with a minor twice, and people still like the guy. So it's just doesn't matter. If he
Hmm.
does that, it's like you were kind of already pointed the way of wanting to get with a minor. And like Devin said, even if she wasn't a minor, you're just gonna cheat on your wife, so you're still a piece of shit. So doesn't matter. Like you get what you deserve.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next thing. This one will probably just be quick because we talked about it last week. But that Nintendo Switch leak, the Switch 2 leak or whatever it was, from what almost a couple weeks now back or whatever it was. Um, Digital Foundry, the people that work there, the quote unquote tech experts there, because of everything they looked at, the images and all the stuff they're they're just saying it's almost quote unquote almost certainly real. I just want to bring this up because, duh, like,
When
Yeah.
you said that, I'm like, what the fuck? Hey, guess what, guys? There's gonna be a new Call of Duty after Black Ops 6. There'll be another
like,
Call
And
of Duty.
they well the
whoa,
thing is
wait,
they
hold on,
already
wait, hold on,
uh,
JJ, are you telling me they're gonna make another Call of Duty game? They actually want to?
Keeping the down low.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, you are blowing my mind. Wow. Go ahead, Devin.
JJ. I'm gonna say JJ. I'm here to blow my load, not blow my mind. Come
Oh my god.
on. But no, it's just like Nintendo had already said like they're announcing a new Nintendo Switch in 2025. So it's just like, in other news, water is wet.
I
Yeah,
mean, okay, so
exactly.
they're most like obviously what they're talking about is what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
I mean, also still kind of at the same time, duh. Like I didn't think when I hear the s- the successor to the Switch, not like wording is important. They said successor to the Switch. They didn't say the next Nintendo console. They said the successor to the Switch. So that almost certainly means at least 90% sure that it is going to basically be the Switch 2 or whatever. When I think a Switch 2, I think something that's going to look pretty similar to what the current Switch looks like. I mean, it's just the way, like, when the consoles. It's not like. I don't know. Maybe like PlayStation and Xbox, they're bad examples. The consoles do kind of look, especially, oh my God, the Xbox One to the Xbox Series X. But this just, to me, like, seems like they're not going to sway too far from that design, especially with how I'm assuming it's still gonna have Joy Cons that use motion controls. This it's still gonna be a tablet style thing that you could play on the go. Like I just don't see them changing too much of it. It's
Yeah.
completely
I would.
different if I hear like, oh, the next Xbox console and the next PlayStation consoles are also going to be tablets. But I would think if they said, oh yeah, they're basically going to be powerful tablets akin to the the Steam Deck, I think it's just that the Steam Deck, but you could put it in a dock, and if you want to play it on your TV, you're going to have a controller. That's just what I would think. But when it comes to the Switch specifically, yeah, there's what I had said. But go ahead, Devin.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Nintendo's kind of like, they kind of like just have to kind of go forward with the way this, like, especially if they weren't going to make it backwards compatible, like they're going to have to make it like pretty damn close to what the current system already is, like just a souped up Switch,
Yeah.
which is not a bad thing, but it's what everyone wanted, is a more.
All I care about is that games perform awesomely. They could even still
Yeah.
keep it as 1080p. Just give me 60 frames on my Zelda games. I want to play Tears of the Kingdom again in 60 frames. Give me a patch that makes it play at 60 frames on the new Switch 2 or Super Switch or Switch XL. I don't know what they're going to call it.
I hope they just call it Switch 2 or
Can you imagine? Oh, it's the Switch XL. It's not a new console. It's the Switch, just better.
Mhm.
I'd still buy it
Or how would they
because
call it? How would they call it? The Switcheroo.
the switcheroo, the good old switcheroo. Uh, okay,
That was funny.
let's go ahead and
But
move
if they
to
do
the
call
next
it the
thing.
Switcheroo, they'd have to like make it. They're like, okay, we made the most powerful console ever. It's $1,000 and it's not portable. We just pulled a Switcheroo on you guys.
Fuck. All right. Did you guys ever play Stellar Blade?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. I didn't play it. I watched some of it get played because my brother had it. That's neither here nor there though. So there's a Louisiana company named Stellar Blade that's suing PlayStation and the developer Shift Up over the name. Uh,
Nice.
they claim that, well, basically, yeah, the traffic for their website basically went down, and they were losing money once the game came out and or was announced and all that stuff. There's a big difference. Apparently, their name, the company name Stellar Blade, is one word. So, I mean, I guess there's a difference there, but that's I guess not enough of a difference for them. Um,
What do they make? Is it like a knife company or what? What do they make?
you know what? Let me find out. It's a film production company.
Hmm,
I would not have thought of film production company.
interesting.
Maybe that's why they're more emboldened to want to sue their media company. So,
Yeah, I could see that now. If they're a media company, they're not just like I thought there would be like I don't know some just like manufacturing company or some shit like that.
um, in the
How
lawsuit, Stellar
does it? Do
Blade.
we know how much they're suing for?
Let me see. Plaintiff games. In the lawsuit, Stellar Blade claimed that the Louisiana company has existed since 2010, providing multimedia entertainment services such as film, documentary, commercial, and music video production services. The lawsuit alleges that Mahaffey, I don't know, oh, I guess Mahaffey is the name of maybe the last name of the guy who owns the company, has owned StellarBlade.com since 2006 and has been using it. That's a typo. Has been using it in conjunction with his work since 2011. Uh, he notes when Shift Up first announced its game, it was under the okay, it was known as Project Eve Stellar Blade before it became Stellar Blade. Name was changed to Stellar Blade in 2022. Previously, his customers, yeah, he says he claims previously his customers were able to find information about his business easily. Now, people searching for Stellar Blade's work on the internet only find Stellar Blade the video game. Additionally, he alleges the trademarks for his own businesses are confusingly similar, citing the color schemes of both logos and the stylized. Oh, yeah, I see that. If you look at like his logo, I'm on the IGN website. It looks a little bit like you would think that that was the video game's like logo and or like on its cover and everything. It looks a little bit like yeah, it looks like it could be. Fuck, what does it say? I'm looking and so it doesn't look like they are stating how much they're going after whatever. They're just going after him right now.
Gotcha. When you were
Yeah.
describing the company, all I was thinking about was fucking Step Brothers and how they like what was the like what was their fucking company's name or whatever that they came up with. But I'm like, you're describing fucking when they did like the boats and hose music video.
Oh God.
Like that's what you were describing. So I was just in my head, I was just laughing about that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if you're saying like the logo and stuff like looks similar,
I mean, like
that's not crazy.
it's not like. So if you look at them, you could tell like
A
okay,
1-to-1.
they're not. Yeah, obviously 1-to-1. It looks more like the S because the S is like stylized. Although the S in the company has like a straight line for the top part, where the video game still has like the curved part for the S. So I mean, now that I'm looking at it more, now I'm starting to be like, you know what? No, they're not that similar. But I guess if you just see the company's logo, you would like because there's a sword underneath the damn thing. Like you could be like, oh yeah, that's for the video game. So I don't know. JJ, what are your thoughts on like all this hilariousness? I think
Sounds pretty cringe, man. Pretty cringe. Because how long has been Stellar Blade been out? It's been out for a while, right? And they
it
just
came
started
out in
fucking.
April, I think, of this year.
Okay, like it was thinking beginning of summer. So like it took you like what? Yeah, 5 months. The fuck.
Yeah, lawyers gotta build the case.
That's
Yeah, I
lame.
was gonna
Fuck
say
that
no.
shit.
No. See, like that kind of stuff makes sense. They're not gonna like let's say
Because
like
you probably like he's saying like, and he's saying like in the lawsuit like there's like a decline in activity. You couldn't be like, oh, 1 month down, like, oh, my sales went
yeah,
down, or my
he
my
has to show
exposure
like
for
a
1 month went down. He has a
consistent. Yeah,
pattern.
So a fucking film company is losing traction for a fucking big titty fucking anime game from fucking Korea. Like,
I believe it.
what the
I mean
like if you
that.
have a certain
I believe
audience
that guy.
of like going like, hey, I really want to do some film production shit. Oh my god, dude, I'm going. Oh, look at this big titty bitch wearing nothing, bro. Like, oh well, I'm going with them. I guess I'm gonna buy a PS5 and play this video game.
I want to say that's
Sorry.
happened before, where like there was two conglomerates or whatever. Maybe not that, but like there was like a company or something that had a similar name to like something else that came out, whether it was like a food or a movie or whatever, and everyone associated the name with like the movie that came out or whatever it was. Usually anything that could be like, because I mean, put it this way: how many studios can you name that release movies and stuff?
They releases movies
That release
like
movies.
MGM,
Happy Madison.
like Happy Madison, Bloomhouse, MGM, like Warner Brothers, like
Okay, but you're naming pretty much like the biggest ones. There's always smaller ones,
And
like
they're
you. Hmm?
like indie
what about
film.
Jerry Bruckheimer? Like Jerry Bruckheimer.
Okay, that's obviously one of the biggest ones too. Come on, there's always smaller. Like, do you know the Asylum?
Yeah, that kind of seems familiar.
Well, I mean, I actually know the Asylum's a bad example. They make like Sharknado and stuff, but there's always like smaller indie companies that will release like, you know, movies like Lamageddon. You may have heard of Lamageddon. It's a very crappy movie, but you're not gonna know who was the company that funded it or whatever or that produced it. You're never gonna know like that. So like, and you see, he's like he did music or not he. The company did like music videos and commercials and stuff too. So like, there's probably that's probably like the bulk of like their business. Maybe how many how many studios do you know that that do commercials? Like, oh yeah, there's a commercial for a car company or whatever, but like they're not the ones. They're funding part of it obviously because it's their company, but like they get a studio to do the whole thing. So I can kind of see where like, okay, they were a smaller company that did this kind of stuff. Then the game came out, and now they're getting completely buried by like anyone looking for, because obviously too when you do Google search, it's always going to give you like the most important, or not the most important, but the most searched for stuff. So when someone who's obviously like you guys, if you're going to look up Stellar Blade, you're not necessarily going to go look for the, the studio. You're going to look for the video game. So that gets added into to the algorithm and everything. Now he's getting buried, or their company's getting buried um,
I
by
guess
all the.
also what I'm thinking, like, what does he want as the outcome? Like, this game already exists, so is it just to sue to get money? Because like, or like to sue to get
Honestly,
his company's name changed, like enough money to change their name? Because there's no
honestly,
way
I think
this
he just
game is
wants money.
out. Yeah,
I think he just wants money. I was saying this to my brother.
he's got to
I don't.
change his company's name at this point. I mean, like, at like, I would be like, part of my lawsuit would be to you would have to change your name, like, because you're never gonna get unburied from the algorithm. You must change your name too. Like, you just can't
Especially
just be
with.
like,
No, sorry, go ahead.
because they're probably like, I think they're gonna make a sequel to Stellar Blade, so it's just like you're gonna get buried even further, like, as the years go on. So it's like you gotta change your name.
Yeah, I was gonna say like with all this controversy too, like that made it even pop off with Celebrate this, Celebrate that, and, like all this shit. Of course, they're gonna get buried, and especially like you said, new shit like with the new update for fucking Celebrate with New Armada is coming out. So
No, like look.
sucks to
So
suck, I
I
guess.
was
It's
telling my
good.
brother. I honestly don't think that he thinks this is even gonna go. Like the people suing Sony and all. I honestly think they don't think it's gonna go to court. I think the company itself is doing this with the full hope, or maybe not full hope, but the full expectation that Sony and Shift Up, well, specifically Sony, are gonna be like, look, here, just how much? This much? Okay, yeah, go away. I think that's just what it is, and like they'll
Yeah,
probably
I mean,
Here's the money. Here's the money in Last of Us Part 1 and 2
yeah,
remastered.
Last of Us Part One reimagined, like.
can you do or they'll be like, hey, drop the lawsuit, and you can just market all of our video games moving forward.
And obviously, there's probably going to be like some kind of contract, like, don't worry, we're not going to make you change your name, but can we keep? And we want to keep the Stellar Blade name. Here's some money. Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, cool. Go
I
sell
mean,
your
that's
little
how
video game.
most stuff
Yeah,
most stuff gets settled out of court
yeah,
anyway. So yeah,
yeah.
like it'll.
That's all I'm thinking. That this isn't going to go to court. It's just
Oh no, yeah, I
yeah.
wasn't even thinking about that.
Sony's gonna put a check out and say, just put a fucking number and leave us alone. Like fuck off. Like I think that's all they're gonna do. That's
They're like,
this
we
ain't it.
Google searched the word Stellar Blade before, and you didn't come up. So okay.
Yeah, get shit on.
Yeah. Okay, let's move to the next thing. We I want to talk about this for sure. So this is via Industry Insider Special Nick. That's his Twitter handle. I don't know his Nick. That's he's claiming a new Batman game is being worked on by Rocksteady. Don't know how that's gonna go down now. I mean, Devin, this I guess specifically towards you because I know you're a huge, obviously just like me, but you're a huge fan of those Arkham games. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
you think this is them? If this is true, that they're just that they're either being a forced to do it or b like this is them conceding like yeah we tried to do something different, it didn't work, we're just gonna go back to what we know.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, I don't really care if it's because they were forced or if it was because, like, whatever the reason was. I don't give a shit. Like, however, I get a new Batman game that plays like the Arkham games, I don't care. I just want it to be true. That's really what it comes down to. Like, I don't know if it truly is. I mean, like, how real could it be? Because like like Suicide Squad just came out, and like it took them like a fucking decade to get that thing out. So it's like, I don't know. Like, was this already being kind of made, and now they're just moving forward with it? Like, it'd be nice to kind of know more of like where it's at production wise, because yeah, I don't know. It sucks that DC, like, I don't know, and Marvel too in general, don't like they've been releasing like tons of movies and stuff, and it's like we haven't been getting really great like superhero IP games. I mean, the MetaQuest Batman game is probably gonna be the best Batman game released since Night. So, which I mean, it's the only one that's like, I mean, you can't really count Suicide Squad as a Batman game, but you know what I mean. Like, you have all these IP, and it's just like what you get: Marvel's Avenger, Midnight Suns, which was like, I don't know, it was decent, but
It was like the XCOM, right?
still,
XCOM.
yeah, it was like XCOM, but with like perk cards. It was, I don't know, it was something.
It was bad. That's what it was.
It
It
was
was bad.
okay. And now you have that Marvel, whatever that hero shooter is. I forget the name of that hero shooter. Like, I don't know. You have these movies that are making billions of dollars at the box office, and I just feel like, for whatever reason, their video game counterparts really aren't being capitalized on. Just how I feel, at least
JJ, what about you?
in my
Like,
heart.
what are your thoughts on a potential new Batman game by potentially being developed by Rocksteady? And maybe if it's true, like, what are your hopes?
No, like, it'd be cool. Like I thought, I never beat any of the Batman games, but they were pretty fun every time I fucking played them though. So it'd be kind of cool. I wonder what the story would be. Because
I hope they.
what's the VR one gonna be about? It's the
It's set before Arkham Asylum, so it's another prequel.
no.
Yeah, I'm hoping they. I hope it's like it plays like the Arkham games, but it'd be cool if they did like a Batman Beyond. That'd be cool.
That'd be tight.
I mean, the fact
But
that's like money in the bank right there, and like people have even like come up with the title, Batman or what? Yeah, Batman Beyond Arkham. Like right there, it's yeah. Give us a Batman Beyond game, and still have your Arkham setting or whatever it is. Like you can do it, but give us a like, oh my god, dude. Of all the fucking like superhero games that I've wanted for years, ever since like we started getting like good superhero. I mean, granted, it's only really still been like Spider-Man and Batman, but since that first Batman Arkham Asylum, the Arkham Asylum game came out, like I've just been like, I want a Batman Beyond game, so bad, because that's my favorite superhero, is specifically the Terry McGinnis version of Batman. I really like that version of Batman. I don't know. Devin, you think that we'll ever get a Beyond game?
probably not. Outside, did they make a Wasn't there a Batman Beyond
Or
game like on
like a
the
good
Super
Batman
Nintendo?
Beyond. There was there were Batman Beyond. I mean, like, you know what I mean. When I say that, discount all the crap before it. I'm talking about that style, like that, the good, like an actual good, like Batman Beyond game.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know if we're gonna get like good Batman Arkham games moving forward. Just like I know it's like rumored that Rocksteady, but like a lot of Rocksteady people left, and like
Yeah, that's true.
they left because you made them forced to play a Suicide Squad. You made them make Suicide Squad, which none of them wanted to do. Like that version of Suicide Squad, because I know there was another version of Suicide Squad that got like scrapped. So it's just like you guys made these people like you forced them out by doing stuff they don't want to do, and it's like just so dumb when executives come in and they're just like, you guys should do games this way. They're like, well, why? We have a formula that works. Like it's why like as much as it sucks, like at least with Call of Duty, like they're like, yeah, this works. They're like, let's just keep fucking making like Call of Duty. Like they're not like, oh, this Call of Duty is gonna be only third person. You know, like yeah, they've had like third person modes in there, but like I don't know. Call of Duty at
Supposedly at
its
one point,
core is still like the same game.
they were making a. There was a company. I think actually it was Sledgehammer Games. They were making a third-person Call of Duty, but then
Probably
it got
scrap the shit
scrapped.
out of that.
No, it got
Yeah,
scrapped,
they're
and then
probably like,
they made it. I think Advanced Warfare.
you know, but it's just like let companies stick to their bread and butter, and like WB seems to be one of the worst about just like letting, like let your developers cook. Like if they have something and a formula that works, just let them cook.
See, I always say that. I'm like people, because it's not just the like studio. I think, or maybe not that it's not just studios. I think it is the studios like interfering, but I think it's because they listen to outside influences that they should not be listening to. Like they see like, oh, this was not received well, and they see like a loud minority on social media, and they're like, yeah, no, just go with that. They also look at some numbers and everything too, but like that can be a little bit misleading as well. And that's why you see like things like one of the biggest examples. Look at Halo 4 to 5 to Infinite. Just look at the like huge differences in the way those games are, the way they play, the way they look. And that's because they were like they just didn't get to make what they wanted to make. They were trying to go like please a crowd that was never going to be pleased as well, too. And I think, I think Arkham Knight had such a bad like reception, which is weird because it's still good, like it's a really good game still. But I think it had such a bad reception, and then
Yeah,
like
the Batmobile stuff was the only thing I didn't like about
yeah,
it.
but I think it had such a bad reception, and then games as a service stuff, like live service stuff, was starting to get bigger and bigger. That WB was like, well, you know what? We don't want you to make another game that's going to be like not that's going to be poorly received. And this is making a lot of money. This is new thing that's been making some money. Make a live service game. Yeah, go ahead.
Make a Destiny.
And I mean, I don't know. For all we know, like they weren't going to make another Batman game. Maybe they were going to make just a straight up like Suicide Squad game, and it was going to be different. And yeah, WB came in and said, yeah. Or for all we know, yeah, maybe WB was like, hey, we want a Suicide Squad live service game. We don't want you to do another Batman game, so we're gonna have you do it. I don't know. I mean, because they basically did the same thing with Montreal. Yeah, Montreal, because they made Arkham Origins, and then they were like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you know what? Make a Gotham Knights, because I swear I remember reports that was supposed to be a live service game until it got pivoted to just what it was.
Oh yeah, you play Gotham Knights for 10 minutes and you can tell like the live servicey elements that are in it. Like it's clear as day. Like there's like there's this certain resource and this certain resource and this certain resource and they all go to upgrade your stuff and it's just like I need to do these random side quests around the city to get this certain resource so that way I can upgrade and it's just like you can tell it's just in there. There's no monetization
Yeah,
of it, but like it's all in there. They just took the monetization part out. But like you have to be if you rub two brain cells together, like you can tell the
this is what
monetization.
they
Like it
wanted to
was
do.
supposed to be like yeah, but they took it out because they bad feedback. But then for Suicide Squad, they're like, yeah, let's leave it in there, which made no sense.
Well, time will tell what happens. We'll see. As for now, it's just a rumor by one industry insider, so there's nothing really concrete. So we just have to take it with a grain of salt. All right. I don't know. Trying to think. Yeah. Let's talk about this Sony thing. I don't think I added it into our little what we were going to talk about. Sony, when it comes to the Ghost franchise, I think they're calling it now. Because they just recently announced Ghost of Yotei. I don't know how it's pronounced. Um, that's a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Sony is very big on this franchise. They want to do a lot with it. They want to expand it into movies, TV shows, and other spin-offs. It's probably like comic books and books and stuff or whatever. So they clearly like this franchise, or at least see the money potential in the franchise, uh, which honestly probably makes sense because what was that? What was it Shogun on FX?
Yeah, like Hulu and
Yeah,
stuff.
that was a huge
Yeah,
show, wasn't it?
yeah, I thought it was pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. I thought they got I think like tens or some shit, 9 out of 10 or something. 10,
Yeah, it
10.
was really well received. People seem to like it. It got great reviews. It won awards, right?
Probably.
Yeah, it won some stuff. I
So
couldn't
I
tell you
mean,
what it was, but I
yeah.
remember seeing it won awards.
So yeah, I honestly see where they're coming from. If with the rise, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been a slow. slow process, but I think within like maybe I'll, I'll give it a bigger like range, maybe past 10 years. Like just Eastern stuff has been getting bigger and bigger within like Eastern media has been getting bigger and bigger. I mean, obviously for years anime has been a thing. Japanese video games, stuff like that. But like you know, you're seeing more things like Squid Game or what's that zombie show that was on Netflix that was like really
Walking Dead.
popular? No, no, not
Oh,
It
Netflix.
was on Netflix. It was a Netflix show. I think it was a Korean one as well. It's a lot of Korean stuff. It was popular for a while too. I remember seeing a lot of people talk about that. But
Train to
yeah, like I said,
Busan. There's
oh yeah,
another
there
that
was that.
movie.
That was a movie. That
There's
was
Squid
huge too.
Game.
There was Squid Game. We got the
I don't know if
Shogun
that's
show.
Korean, but
Squid Game is Korean.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
it's Korean.
Squid Game is Korean. But we've been seeing more, yeah, like Korean, Chinese, obviously Japanese stuff. Like just like movies and TV shows get bigger and bigger and make just have a wider presence within like over here in the States. So yeah, I mean, if Sony is like wanting to make like movies and TV shows based off of Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yote, yeah, I mean, you get a Japanese company to do that and get Japanese actors. I mean, Japanese and Chinese actors, Asian actors, because they actually do a lot of stuff like whether they're Japanese or Chinese, they'll play the others. uh, yeah, I think this is a smart move. I think I mean, if it's done right, obviously that's the main thing, right? If it's done right, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like they can just change the setting or whatever, so like it doesn't even need to be like Ghost of like a remake. Like it could be a brand new character. So that's kind of cool thing about it.
They've already built that into the franchise with the second game being a different, yeah. Like they could just be like, oh yeah, this is Ghosts of.
I like I
Yeah.
like that just because that way you're not like tied down and like fans aren't gonna be like you're not gonna be like, oh, like why isn't this character doing this or why did this character act this way? Like you could have nods and stuff to it, which I think will be kind of cool. But yeah, I like it.
I think if they do a movie, like a TV show, probably would be more where they'll be like, yeah, make a Ghost of whatever. They do like if there's releasing a movie, that'll most likely be Ghost of Tsushima. Like that just makes more sense for them to just be like, no, 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 just adapt the video game Ghost of Tsushima. People know that. Just because movies, obviously, a 2 hour thing you go to
Yeah,
the theaters for, you just
I just feel like video games work better as a TV show, just because like in a video games are so long that there's just like all that lore that you need to get. I'm just like I feel like it just works better if we make this into a TV show. Like, so
no, yeah, for sure.
I hope they make it a TV show. Like, I don't need to see a Ghost of
I think some
Tsushima
movies
movie.
work for certain like even though yes, I did like it more than you guys, the Halo show. I don't think a show worked for Halo. I think it needed to be movies because, as I've said before, there's not really like a story in Halo. Like obviously, yes, there's a story, but like it's so almost plain and basic that it just works. I think it just works better as a movie. Like if it's just they're gonna
Like I
fight
say
the
multiple
alien.
times. Look at John Wick. It's just Master Chief just killing aliens.
Yeah,
Oh, those guys are bad guys. That guy's a badass. Let's see some shit.
and then he
That's all
and
I
then he
give a fuck
blows up.
about.
Then he blows up the Halo ring. I think
That's not
yeah,
my
for
thing.
like Halo probably works better as movies. Gears of War probably works better as a show because there's more going on. Like even in the first game, when you have Dom, you go to the the stranded outpost and everything. and then what was his name? I don't remember the character's name. That's like the guy he knows. He's like, yeah, I haven't heard anything, Dom. He's like, he's basically like, oh yeah, I'm not here about that. Basically, like they put things in there that you could flesh out better in a show, where it's like, oh yeah, he's looking for his wife because she went missing after E-Day, and because of you know, well, I was gonna say multiple episodes, for a season, but fucking TV show seasons are getting shorter and shorter all the time,
and longer waits in
and
between.
longer waits in between. Like, why are TV shows, a lot of them, just 8 episodes now? Like, I miss 10 episode seasons.
And I miss annual release of seasons.
Mm-hmm. But I think maybe Ghost of Tsushima probably would work better as a TV show. Like Fallout works better as a TV show because you could do so much with it. I mean, they did so much with it.
Mm-hmm.
The Sonic movies, I don't think you could really do a Sonic show because I mean they have the cartoon, but like it just at the end of the day he's got to stop Robotnik. You do a TV show, that's obviously better as a cartoon because it's just what antics is Robotnik gonna get up to this week? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Would you guys be excited and go see a Ghost of Tsushima movie or Ghost of whatever TV show?
If it got great reviews, yeah, but like if it was just like if people are like, it's average, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Speaking of Sony, remember how they announced Horizon Zero Dawn remaster for the PS5 and PC? Oh my god,
Trash.
Yeah, so the original release of Horizon Zero Dawn, they doubled the price. I guess it was $20 or something. They raised it back up. I don't remember the price. Let me check. But yeah, they raised the price from from $19.99 to $39.99. So $20 to $40 to buy Horizon Zero Dawn. Which obviously we all know why they're doing this. Because people are going to want to buy Horizon Zero Dawn original release and upgrade it for $10. So instead of getting $30, they'll get $50 for it. Good old
Yeah.
Sony for the payers.
That's not surprising.
It's just funny
It's
that
shitty.
they're doing
It's
this.
shitty, but
It's
it's not
shitty.
surprising.
It's shitty.
It's
But
crazy. Like it's fucking stupid to do that shit. But
I mean,
if
like
it's gonna be like
they're obviously like at this point, like I know there's still gonna be Sony fanboys that defend them, just the way there's Xbox fanboys that defend all the stupid things that Xbox will do or whatever it is. But like at this point, you gotta stop. Like you have to stop defending Sony's thing of just like making.
You gotta call a spade a spade.
Well, because like we had like just before they released the PS5 Pro, they raised the price of their controllers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or remember when they raised the price of PlayStation Plus, but they didn't really like upgrade it. It was still basically this. Actually, it kind of got worse. Yeah, and then of course the PS5 Pro reveal, $700. Not only that, but like the PS5 Pro, like the 30th anniversary edition or whatever. Like they're having bundles that are like $1,000, weren't we talking about that?
Yeah, those sold out like instantly, and are going for like $3,000 on eBay. I wasn't able to get one. That would have been nice, but
I mean, it's scalpers that are buying the bulk, at least the bulk of
oh
it,
yeah, like
to sell
yeah,
on
bots
eBay.
and scalpers. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, this covers up bots and doing this shit. It's fucking cringe, bro.
So like
leave it. Just try to scalp it. Like I just don't know how people get like I feel like I don't know how people get bots to get past. Like you guys should have more of this stuff. And I did see like diehard Sony fanboys online like bitching about how like shitty like this was, and like how they released it and stuff was just shitty. And like the thing is, they should have just made the PS4 Pro this like classic model. Like they should just like only release like, and that like people I wasn't really interested in upgrading to a PS5 Pro, but if they just made it like this PS1 skin, I would have bought it on nostalgia. Like
Yeah.
I feel like they could have just done that instead of just making it such a limited number. Because like it's crazy how limited that thing is. So it's like it's just people are just going to be scalping it. I'm going to go look on eBay right now and see what it
I'm
even
actually
That's not the
surprised you
highest.
weren't able, but I'm actually surprised, Devin, that you weren't able to get a PS5 Pro, like the 30th anniversary or whatever, because I saw people still like saying that they were able to buy them, like even 3 days after or 2 days after, stuff like that.
No, I wasn't able to. Yeah, just like because today's September 29th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like they're going for like $3,900, like the bundle for the controller, the uh, whatever their pro controller is, Portal, like the bundle. Like it's going for literally almost $4,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know. Gaming is getting way more expensive, and the companies are now like not even trying to be like. They're clearly just like, nah, we just want your money.
Yeah.
Like obviously they want our money, but damn, they are really. Let me see. Let's talk about this TGS, just these announcements real quick, and we'll get into the Ubisoft stuff of the past week. Um, so Xbox had their TGS show or Tokyo Game Show thing, whatever. They announced some games. Uh, fuck, let me get this. Here we go. So they release or their announcements. Final Fantasy Pixel remasters is what 1 through 6, right? Yeah. They're out now. Legends of Mana, Trials of Mana, We Love Katamari, Reroll plus Royal Reverie. All you need is help. Available on Game Pass today or that day, which was what Thursday, right? Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah.
Uh,
I thought it was
StarCraft.
Thursday.
It was Thursday. It was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2, the campaign collection. I guess no actual. What do you call it? Multiplayer. That's gonna be on PC Game Pass November 5th. Immortal Pillars. Immortal Pillar. Oh, Pillar. Immortal Pillars. That's. I guess that's what it's called. I was thinking Pillars of Eternity for some reason. Immortal Pillars expansion coming to Age of Mythology Retold. Camp Pets coming to Fallout 76 in December. Um, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be fully localized in Japanese. Okay. Overwatch is going to have a crossover with My Hero Academia. Fragpunk beta on October 10th. Synduality, Echoes of Ada, out on January 24th. Tanuki Pawn Summer uh, was a game announced, and Threads of Time was a game that was announced. Full disclosure, I did
For
not
StarCraft
see
2,
this. No,
go ahead.
full disclosure, I didn't watch like even like a replay of it or anything. I just looked up what. Yeah, the only thing I'd be interested in is getting a. I don't know if it's 3 or 4. The one where you play as Cecil. The character name is like Cecil or some shit. You have play as like a dragon knight or something like that. That'd be the only Final Fantasy Pixel remaster I'd be interested. The rest of this stuff I don't care about. Go ahead, JJ.
I think Cecil's was Final Fantasy 4. Cecil Harvey.
I think you're right
Yeah.
because there was like
Yeah.
a
Anyway,
sequel to it, right? Called like Final Fantasy 4 something Life or this. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
you said for the StarCraft 2, you said it was what campaigns are they getting?
It's a campaign collection.
I'm assuming okay, so it's all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and the reason why when you said no multiplayer, it does have multiplayer because multiplayer is free to play.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's been free to play since 2017. You get every co-op commander and the original Wings of Liberty campaign, not the Heart of the Swarm or Legacy
Okay.
of the Void expansions.
So if you
Where
have PC Game Pass, November 5th you'll be able to play these games or the campaigns anyway. And when StarCraft Remastered or will be part of it,
I never played
That's
the
what.
first one. I'll probably play. I'll probably play the first one.
Well, November 5th. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you got PC Game Pass.
Oh, duh.
Mhm. Well, obviously you were talking about you were playing the Katamari release. Anything else
Yeah.
stuck out to you?
No, because I mean, like they showed Indiana Jones, but like that's not like anything new. Like I want to play that. Like that's cool that it's localized for Japan, but I mean, like what, like the 15 people that own an Xbox in Japan.
Yeah, no shit, right?
So it's like, did you guys really delay the launch? Like, what was this part of the delay? Because you guys are trying to get it localized for Japan. I mean, like I doubt it, but um, I mean, it's cool. I mean, they were like, it's stuff like for me, like I would give it like I said, probably like a C, like a C minus, however I would grade it, just because like there's not like a lot of stuff that I want to play, but they did announce stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it was, I would say it was probably just as good as Sony's like State of Play, like, and this was just like kind of like this wasn't even like a big thing that Microsoft prepared for. It's not like this was a, I don't know, like they're big to do. This is just kind of like, yeah, we'll show up at Tokyo Game Show and announce a little some.
I mean,
And like the stuff that they announced, like it's nice. Like the reason too, like yeah, it's not like the biggest stuff, but like most of it's gonna be fucking free on Game Pass. Like that Frag Punt, they showed more off for Frag Punt, like which is a hero shooter, but it's free, so it's like yeah, I'll check that shit out. But like if I had to pay for that, I would never pay for that Frag Punt game. Like that's just. But like if it's free on Game Pass, which it is, like it's like yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'm sure that's how more people would have felt about Concord if you'd have been like, "This is free for any PlayStation Plus members." Like it would have for sure gotten more people involved.
yep. I mean, you mentioned StarCraft 2 campaign collection. JJ, anything else though?
No, that's it.
Okay, I guess that's move on to the last stuff. This is all Ubisoft news now. There's different stuff. Just to we'll put this out there real quick because I don't think we have much thoughts on it. Ubisoft is returning to day one Steam releases, starting with with the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows. We'll get to that, uh, Shadow specifically, but I guess cool, right, guys? Steam gets Ubisoft games right away. I mean, you guys don't play on Steam like that, so
Nope.
Yeah, well, were they just like they were releasing on like their own client or something?
Yeah, you play, right?
yeah, I think so. So
Okay,
all right,
I mean it's
no, go
good for
ahead.
Steam gamers, so
Yeah,
it's just I mean
I mean it's the biggest platform on PC, so you kind of eventually. I mean, Xbox try to be like, well, Game Pass. Okay, just start releasing on Steam. You know,
yeah, I'm sure Ubisoft they were like yeah, people will come to our shit, and then everyone's like nah, we just won't buy your shit.
hmm all right. So first thing for Ubisoft before we get to Shadow, or not first thing, this before we get to the Shadows stuff. Uh, Ubisoft admitted recently that Star Wars Outlaws had a quote unquote softer than expected launch and said it would quote unquote swiftly implement a series of updates to polish and improve the player experience. They also recently said the game just underperformed, like like straight up underperformed, because the softer than expected launch was because of like some bugs and stuff here or whatever. But yeah, they also said the game underperformed. Like it didn't sell enough, which I'm like, okay, Square Enix, but I don't know. Actually, maybe the game just didn't sell a lot. Uh, I gotta say, I'm not surprised actually. There wasn't. I didn't. I swear, I did not see a lot of like excitement for the game. So, I mean, you've played it, Devin, right? And you said like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a 7 out of 10 game. Like I mean, it's not terrible, but like that's the thing is you're not gonna get people going out and paying $70 for a 7 out of 10 game. Like, so it makes sense why. And like, I mean, I was able to get it for like $30 or something. So like on QVC, like there was like a promo code or whatever. So like I got it pretty dirt cheap, like, or else I wouldn't have bought it as early as I did because
Yeah.
I wasn't paying $70 for that game.
Yeah.
I don't know. JJ, you got thoughts on Outlaws in general and what happened? And I mean, this has to surely mean that they probably won't do a sequel, right?
I don't think so. I don't know why they would, unless they're
Yeah,
like,
unless you
let's
could.
try again. Yeah, fuck that though.
Well, yeah, I mean they still have DLC coming out, so yeah, unless the DLC that comes out gets a bunch of people to buy the game, but I mean I don't see that happening. And I also think too, a lot of people kind of exploited um their Ubisoft. What the fuck their Ubisoft shit called? Like their Game Pass thing.
Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was something like
like
basic. Yeah.
Ubisoft Plus, you can sign up for like $10. Like you can just sign up monthly and cancel. So like you can sign up when like Ubisoft games come out, and then just
Play it and then
cancel. Like
yeah.
play that be your game for a month, and then just fucking cancel. So it's like if you're gonna be looking about at like game sales, like you're trying to do the Game Pass thing, and if you're gonna be like, oh, this game underperformed, it's like, well, and they basically told people to sign up for their shit. So it's like and get ready to not own your game. So people are just like, well, fine, we'll do what you're telling us to. We'll just sign up for this for a month, cancel, and never play the Star Wars game again. Like we'll get our money's worth, beat it, and be done. And I can't blame people for that. Like it's smart. It's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Ubisoft has been doing stuff like with the way they want to price games, saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, get ready to not own your games." I think they're part of it too, like the whole like, "Oh yeah, AI is like going to be a huge part of our like development future and stuff." So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's just get to the biggest news when it comes to Ubisoft. This is kind of the biggest news aside the state of play from last week. But they pushed the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadow. I don't remember when it was coming out originally. What, November, right?
It's February 15th.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
supposed to
new.
come in November. But there's like the second week in November.
Yeah. Now it's February 15th. So they pushed it back. Um, you know, they said they still need to just work on the game. They weren't specific, but they did put out a statement. Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft. I'm just gonna read this whole thing. It's a little long, whatever. Our second quarter performances fell short of our expectations, prompting us to address this swiftly and firmly with an even greater focus on a player centric, gameplay first approach and an unwavering commitment to the long term value of our brands. Although the tangible benefits of the company's transformation are taking longer than anticipated to materialize, we keep on our strategy, focusing on two key verticals: open world adventures and games as service narrative experiences, with the objective to drive growth, reoccurrence, and robust free cash flow generation in our business. In the light of recent challenges, we acknowledge the need for greater efficiency while delighting players. As a result, beyond the first important short term actions undertaken, the Executive Committee, under the supervision of the Board of Directors, is launching a review aimed at further improving our execution, notably in this player centric approach, and accelerating our strategic path towards a higher performing model to benefit our stakeholders and shareholders. Finally, let me address some of the polarized comments around Ubisoft lately. I want to reaffirm that we are an entertainment first company creating games for the broadest possible audience, and our goal is not to push any specific agenda. We remain committed to creating games for fans and players that everyone can enjoy. End quote. So obviously, they think they need something to change, so they can make more money. Obviously, he even says it, to please our stakeholders and shareholders. But one of the key things was that our goal is to not push any specific agenda, because that was a him saying that was a little kind of like, ooh, are you saying this because maybe there is, not that they're trying to push an agenda, but there is something a bit of that. We've seen like companies like Activision has like their diversity quota thing or whatever. Like companies have, I mean, what Nintendo recently had, like earlier this year, came out with, was like, oh yeah, we have like a diversity something or whatever. I forgot what it was. A lot of people were pissed off about it. As far as I know, Ubisoft has never straight out said they have anything like that, but like there has been a lot of talk with like protagonists in their games. Specifically with the last two releases, Star Wars Outlaws, being a female protagonist, but a lot of, oh, hold on, a sneeze is coming. Never mind, never mind. Uh, Specifically, everyone was talking about how she's an ugly female protagonist, and it's a trend of making women look ugly in games, which I don't really care too much about. I guess it's just how it is now. Yeah, if you kind of look, they're starting to make kind of just every character look ugly. I don't understand it, but that's a whole other thing. And then Assassin's Creed Shadows, specifically with this one, um, you're playing as a black guy. That's the, like, Yasuke is like the main character they seem to be pushing. That obviously was not very popular with a certain sect on social media. Uh, there has been some talk by people who would be against it, saying that like it is kind of possible, because there's a reason I'm focusing on this whole specific agenda quote. There was some talk that they might minimize Yasuke's role in the game. That's would be the like that was the reason for the delay of Shadows. So, JJ, I want to get your thoughts on that, on just all that Ubisoft's, like the quote, what they were talking about, what they want to do, what they think they should do, and everything.
Fuck. Because when was you said it was sales the second quarter? When was that? Is that like around like beginning of summer? Is quarter two? Or
I want to say
because we're in quarter
second.
three, getting to quarter four, right?
No, quarter four. I think is December. Is December to
Oh,
like
December.
February.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
every three. Yeah. So the
Okay, so
second
we're
quarter would
starting to get to third.
be. We should be, yeah, in the second quarter or in the third
At
quarter
the
right
end,
now,
right?
or like at the end of it. Yeah.
I
Because
don't know
yeah,
what the fuck came out of Ubisoft
no,
for
no.
fucking.
I think this is the third quarter we're in. So the second quarter would be this March, April, May. So
Yeah, like
June and what June, July, and September. Oh wait, we're still in September, huh? No,
yeah,
June,
like
July,
okay,
August. June,
we're on
July, August. June, July,
May.
August.
Okay then.
I think that's second quarter.
I don't know what the fuck came out and then shit. No wonder they're gonna not fucking do shit.
They had the Prince of Persia game.
They didn't do shit then. So just kidding. Yeah, but even though it was kind of good, but not good enough to fucking please Ubisoft. But and then they make fucking Outlaws when what was it? All the people that bought the game to get it early had to restart their shit when the game actually fully launched after the fucking day one patch or some shit like that. That was annoying as fuck. for those people. Um,
I think like X
to,
Defiant is part of it because I think I saw a quote that they're a little disappointed in the drop off for X Defiant.
it was fun, but I stopped playing. Like,
Yeah, no, the game's good. It's fun, but I don't think it has that hook to keep you going for months, years on end. Like just when I mean we've talked about this not that long ago too. Like once you have your game that you're going to play, you're pretty much that's we talked about it when we were talking about Concord. But like once you have your game, you're pretty much like every other game just is like, "Oh, I want to try it." And then you go back to what you play.
I'm into that, dude.
I mean, shit, me and Devin still play Gears 5 every so often. We just haven't played in some months, but most likely we'll be back to playing Gears 5 after we've played through some games. Like it's just how it goes.
But yeah, especially once we get a Gears 5, like, or not a Gears 5, but a Gears E-Day fucking
Like
release
release
date.
day and all that. Yeah,
Hmm.
but like what? The game came out in 2019, right? Gears 5. Like 5
Yeah,
years
that
of
or 2018.
yeah, 5 years of one game. Like the fact that we were playing it earlier this year should show you like yeah, like when people choose that one game, that's their game.
Yeah.
So, oh, okay. Well, Devin, what about you? What are your thoughts on this whole with Shadows and them trying to find ways basically to improve their sales?
I mean, if they want to improve their sales, they need to not have buggy games at launch. They need to not nickel and like the reason why they're losing on sales is they're like it's not because you're not selling your games at a higher price. Like you're not making sales because no one trusts you. Like that's the issue. Is no one trusts Ubisoft to release a non-buggy game. And like and people are getting weary of buying these 3-day early fucking games because like I know it's not Ubisoft, but like Suicide Squad came out and there was a bug in that one where like these people that are playing it early literally beat the game. Like there was like a bug and you just beat the fucking game like within like the first hour, if not sooner. So it's just like, and then it's like, oh, so I paid you guys $110 to play a game and it's buggy as shit and I can't even play it and it's not even enjoyable. And by the time you fix the bugs, I could have just bought the $70 edition. Like, so what? Like, what's the point of me? Like, and they're losing their hardcore fans, like these early adopters and stuff. Because like, what's the point? Like, I could just wait. Like, and Ubisoft games are notorious for going down in price. Like, I mean, JJ, when we worked at
Like almost
GameStop,
right away, right?
like we would work at GameStop and like Assassin's Creed would come out like a week before Black Friday and it would be $20 off on Black Friday.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have to like tell customers just literally wait till Black Friday. Just wait till Black
Yeah,
Friday.
like all and it was every Ubisoft game. Like you just knew like they were gonna be on fucking sale like by the time Black Friday hit. So it's like you don't like so it's like what's the point of buying an Ubisoft game at full price? They don't. It's not like Call of Duty where if it releases in November, like Black Friday, yeah, you may save like $5 or $10, but I don't know. It's just dumb.
or a Nintendo game that
Like
never fucking goes down in price.
you know,
Well, what about what about any thoughts on like the specific agenda thing?
of their agenda of like trying to find new ways to.
No, that like the diversity thing. That
I don't.
he's saying that our goal is not to push any specific agenda. It's obviously referencing the people talking crap about a female protagonist in Star Wars Outlaws and a black protagonist in Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Like I don't mind like diversity in games to like if it fucking makes sense. Just not because we need to have like a gay character in the game. I need like an African American. It has to be main character. Like, do we have to? Like, well, not really, but he has to be black. He has to be Mexican or some shit. I don't give a fuck. As long as the story's good and it just flow, and it's just perfect with how it is, it doesn't fucking matter for this shit. You know, like how games back in the old days are good as fucking shit because nobody gave a shit about these agendas of a fucking people of
But
what
that's
people want to
see,
do.
but that's the issue, is that a lot of people
Concord.
talk about. Yeah, that's a, see. Actually, you mentioned Concord, and that's the thing, is that it started. It looks because of the amount of quote unquote diversity characters. It looks like it's just they're being they're being used to tick boxes. They're not they're not making these characters because it's like core to the story or natural to the story. It's just like, well, okay, we're making a game, and okay, you're gonna get to play as a bunch of characters. Well, okay, we're gonna have a woman, we're gonna have another woman, and this is a black woman, and here's a Chinese woman, here's a guy in a wheelchair for some reason, and put pronouns for when you look at their names. And oh yeah, also this, or oh yeah, we're making a game. It's a new Assassin's Creed game. It's gonna be set in Japan, but hey, you know what? Let's make the character black for some reason. Like it looks like you're just
It's
trying to
like,
tick a
oh yeah, you're
box.
right, because there's that one dude in like it was supposedly in history. There was a black guy in Japan, like perfect admin. You know, like fucking Ubisoft has the fucking Rainbow Six Siege. One of the new operators literally is in a wheelchair.
I That's why I mentioned that. It's a
Yeah,
woman actually. I'm like, why is she in a wheelchair? Like, just why?
because just to have him not be controlled, obviously, because you don't play as her, you play as two robots. But like,
Dude,
she
Rainbow
had to be
Six
in a
Siege
wheelchair.
just went off the deep end. You could robots, Jesus Christ. Remember when that was
No,
just like a tactical shooter?
you got fucking Master Chief in there, dude. In the skin.
I don't know. I am more like I'm not fully on that side, but I am more on the side of like this diversity stuff is very annoying. I'm not fully on like remember that guy who was talking shit about Starfield because you could choose your pronouns in the character creator or whatever. I'm not that far, but I am like in the like this is just like when you're watching a presentation and like they show 20 games and like 14 of them are female protagonists and like 3 of the games they showed are like, oh yeah, these are clearly queer characters. It's just like, okay, you're clearly just trying to like tick boxes here. You're not making games and the characters are just natural to it. You're trying to like force feed. Like, did you guys hear about this game called Dustborn?
Dustborn.
It was shown
Hmm.
actually at the Xbox thing, I think. I'm assuming
I
you
don't
guys,
remember
yeah.
seeing it.
So it released. It made like almost no money.
Figured.
Yeah. But that game, holy shit. They literally like it's like a turn-based RPG or something, I think. But they like your attacks, like your special attacks are like trigger or snowflakes, things like that. They use like the like tropes or what I don't know whatever you want to call them of like, you know, diversity wokeism against wokeism, anti wokeism, whatever you want to call that shit.
Hmm.
And it's literally like as if somebody want like it's almost like it's supposed to be a parody of those things of like the left leaning woke whatever you want to call it liberal shit. Like it's almost supposed to be like it almost seems like it would be a parody, but then when you see like actually who made the game, you're like, oh no, they thought they actually made something here.
Like shit, who let them cook, dude?
Yeah. uh, yeah, I don't know. like I don't want to get too much into this. I don't want to like have such a long conversation about it because I honestly, like I said, I don't mind, obvious, diverse characters or whatever it is, this and that. Just don't make it seem, whether it's obvious or not, I don't know. Just don't make it seem like, oh, well, you're just doing this because, like, that was the thing. To a certain extent, I agreed with people who were, mad about Yasuke being the playable character for Assassin's Creed Shadows because it just seemed like they they didn't make him the main character to, oh yeah, because we wanted to make him the main character because it flowed so naturally. It does seem like they they were ticking a box. Oh, we have our woman character and we have a man of color, which is stupid still at the same point because technically Asian people would be considered people of color. I don't know. Uh, him addressing like him or referencing that, like acknowledging that kind of stuff. I think I think he's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline, basically. You can't say stuff like that, like, oh, we don't push an agenda, when it's like very obvious that there are boxes that they want to tick for certain things. Maybe not for every game, but like, Ubisoft, just like you said, they just released an operator in Rainbow Six Siege that's in a wheelchair. Why would you do that? Like, there's no reason for it. It is more like that seems like you're trying to tick a box, like, oh yeah, for the disabled people.
Like, damn, I'm disabled in real life, not to play a character that's disabled in a game.
Jesus, GG.
Like, fuck, man. Like, yeah, dude, like, dude, we play game, dude. When we play Gears, I'm like, oh, dude, there's no skinny fucking people in the game that's like me, you know? No, I'd rather play a big fucking dude that matches fucking cock, bro. I don't give a fuck, you know? Like, this guy fucks, dude. None
I
of this
mean,
bullshit.
actually, Devin is like the perfect example of why, like, that whole like, oh, I need to see myself in the game to enjoy it kind of thing is like a stupid fucking thing to say. Devin is the whitest guy I have ever met. Probably the whitest guy that will ever exist in the history of history. But he
You
always plays
jealous?
as but he always plays as black characters. He
I'm
plays
Moss for life. Of course, I have to play as a black guy.
Devin's our diverse person, bro. In the podcast.
but I'm saying Devin's not like I have to play as a white guy to enjoy this game. He plays as a black guy. I think partly as a joke too, because it's all like the whitest guy is playing a black character. Like that's just hilarious to me. Or me, like I'm not playing as Dom. I'm a Latino, but like you're not gonna see me play as Dom. I'm playing as fucking Baird, the white guy, the whitest guy in video games.
Nah, there's whiter.
There's whiter.
There's gotta be.
I don't know, man.
Whitest guy in Gears of War. I'm
The
just
The
kidding.
whitest
whitest guy in
He's
gaming.
definitely the
Ugh.
whitest guy in Gears of War, but I think he's the whitest guy in gaming. He complains like a white guy. He's
Baird?
very egotistical like a white guy. He thinks he's better than everyone else like a white guy. Am
No,
I
he's an
wrong?
asshole.
He's an
It's probably
ass.
fucking Anthony
He's an
Carmine, bro.
asshole
Anthony
like a
Carmine.
white guy.
It's probably anything Carmine, bro. Or more white people.
Is Carmine white?
Like the typical nerdy,
I don't know.
nerdy
I
fucking dude,
always,
bro.
I always imagined the Carmines as Italian, so
I mean, yeah, because their names are Carmine, or whatever the equivalent to Italian is in Gears of War on the planet Sarah.
they still have Italian.
They're still just they're called the spaghettis. That's the name of they're the spaghettis from the land of spaghetti. I don't know. That sounds Italian. I don't know. Okay, we're going to go ahead and end the episode on that one. With that, we're going to go ahead and call it a podcast. That's episode 30. Holy shit. We've done 30.
I mean,
of these things.
I think Mario might be the whitest character. He's pretty white.
He is
Or like
pretty
Nathan
white.
Drake.
Nathan
Nathan
Drake.
Drake
Nathan Drake is the whitest guy in gaming. Nathan Drake.
could easily live his life out, but no, decides to go shoot a bunch of people for fun to steal treasure.
That is the whitest
Pretty
thing
fucked up.
a person can do. You're
Often in
right.
foreign countries.
You're right. He does the whitest thing that a white person can do: shoot other people and steal from from foreign countries. He does exactly what white people love to do. All right, and that has been episode 30 of the Gaming Chamber podcast. I was your host, 2B to Kill You, Devin, the whitest guy in Gaming Chamber.
Let's all grip it and rip it this week.
JJ, the second whitest guy in Gaming Chamber.
I'm gonna touch you.
All right. And oh fuck, that's a great way. Until next time, we'll catch you later.